I know I promised that I would start doing like the official podcast with like the microphone and all that at home and shit like that. And I only said that, I mean, I'm going to, but I only really said that because I wanted to change the scenery up and not just have it be in this shitty car camera angle and shit like that, you know. I mean, some of my thoughts, you know, come out best here when I'm driving, but like, I just don't think it's very flattering. I mean, the issue is, if I was gonna sit down with it, I might have to write some sort of script. Not a script, just talking points. Even though, at least currently, when it comes to this, I function better by just going with whatever. It's just talking. Well, I mean, I guess I don't always function best because there's a lot of times where I'm lost on what I want to talk about because there's just so much to say.
Half a mile,
Which is
keep
why I
right
want
at
to
the
do
fork to continue
more
on
vlogs.
US 23 North. Follow signs for I-475 North, Maumee.
Actually, I'm taking a different route today. It's faster, I guess, by a couple minutes. No, yeah, I want to do more podcasts and vlogs and shit because I want to keep vocalizing these thoughts because there's so many of them.
Keep right at the fork to continue on US 23 North, then use any lane to take the I-475 North exit.
Anywho,
use any lane to take the
Shut the fuck
I-475
up.
North exit.
Anyway,
Continue for 8 miles.
this damn GPS keeps fucking up my train of thought. The hell was I gonna say? Fuck! Where was I? Okay, yeah, just keep talking about but I keep doing podcasts and vlogs to vocalize my thoughts because there's so many of them. Kept a lot of shit in my head over the years and it's done me nothing but damage. So, you know, I want to put it out there a little bit. Right? Don't get too, I don't want to get too, reveal too many personal details about myself, you know what I'm saying? But enough of shit I gotta say is relatable enough, and I just haven't said anything in my whole life, really. So it's like, I can say anything, and it will keep some people engaged, I guess. I mean, it's arrogant. I don't know. Anyway, no, I also the podcast vlog thing, I didn't want it to be the same scenery every fucking time because like the place where I'm at, I mean just in general, just both like also with the YouTube page, but specifically the place where I'm currently most popular is Instagram currently, and that I feel like my page would just look shitty if it was just the same video. It looked like the same video over and over again. See, I mean that would be the better thing about doing the ones where I'm sitting down, especially if I have right talking points, because I wouldn't be like sitting here going, what the fuck was I talking about? Because like I gotta focus on a lot here on the road, despite, you know, being like most people and basically being on autopilot most of the time I'm driving. I know I don't need this thing probably because today I'm just preparing for it because it's been raining the past few days. You know, Boy Scouts, right? Be prepared. Nice houses. Sometimes you gotta appreciate the little things. Anyway, yeah, just been keeping a lot bottled up, and it's easy. It's better just to talk about it. I will post the rest of the pictures for Colossicon probably today or tomorrow. I have a day off Friday instead of Wednesday. So if the absolute latest then, they're not. I haven't been on my page for so long. It's like, you know, I've kind of like dipped in popularity a bit, but like, you know, because I'm trying to gain momentum, especially with the music, but like that's taken a backseat for a while now, and like I realized that it's supposed to be that way, right? Because like I needed to get my head right. There's a lot of things, especially with the alcoholism, that I was avoiding without realizing I was avoiding it, because I was just forced to live life and not deal with the shit that was going on in my head. It's not even like I was forced. It was because at first I wasn't. Because at first I was like, there's a lot of bullshit, and I was overwhelmed and all that kind of shit, and I just needed time off after high school. But then I was completely lost my meaning, and then I gained it back a bit, but even then it's like the damage was done, so I had to push past a lot of overthinking and a lot of bad thoughts. And then I had to, and then once I drank alcohol before, but I didn't drink so much that I even got buzzed. I didn't see what the big deal was at the time. I was like, it just didn't register to me that you needed to drink more. But like, yeah, I got accidentally drunk one time, I think. No. The first time it was actually, someone bought me shots on my birthday, 21st birthday. I think that was the first time I got drunk, and I didn't realize that I liked it at the time. I was like, I'm just really happy for some reason. The room's spinning. Oh, I guess this is what drunk feels like. I was always a very good boy growing up. I never did nothing. Never did no drugs. Never did no alcohol. Probably going too slow. And I think about it. I wasn't paying attention to my speed limit because I was talking. No drugs, no alcohol. What the hell else was I going to say? Oh yeah, no, I got drunk not the first time. It didn't register with me the first time. It was the second time, because that time it was completely accidental. Because the first time, obviously, I was just kept taking shots. The second time, though, I was...
In 2 miles, take exit 8 for Ohio 2 towards Swanton, Toledo.
I was, just chilling, playing video games, trying to get my head right. Because, like, sometimes, sometimes I could shut my brain off and really just kind of go with whatever. Like, I was playing video games. Sometimes I play video games and do that. Then other times I play video games and do something that I supposedly love. And it would just hurt me, right? And I can get into more later why. And I'm starting to figure out what happened to make me feel that way. I don't have time to go into all that right now. But I kept drinking some Jim Beam or whatever, some Jim Beam Fire. It's regular Jim Beam. I guess to a novice person, probably wouldn't have been as delicious. I remember, I probably would have been like, yeah, I'm good. Something like that. I don't know. Whatever. No, I just like cinnamon, so I was like, let's try the Jim Beam Fire. And I had some before, but I made a bottle last me pretty long. And like I said, never really got as much as buzzed. But like, I wasn't even paying attention. I just kept pouring myself.
In half a mile, take exit 8 for Ohio 2 towards Swanton, Toledo.
And then I got really happy. And then that was... that started whatever, but it helped in a lot of ways, especially at first. That's the thing that I think keeps people really hooked on alcohol, is
take exit 8.
The fact that at first you see all these benefits, right? Like I wasn't hungry as often because the alcohol, specifically
in a quarter
whiskey,
mile, use the right 2 lanes to turn right onto Ohio 2 East.
Suppressed my appetite a bit, so I was losing any fat that I had on me. I was, there's just a lot of positives I saw from it. And, I continued to see them actually for a long time. Even when some shit got bad, there were still some positives. I didn't overthink. Oh, whoops.
Use the right 2 lanes to turn right
think
onto
things
Ohio
as
2
much,
East.
all that kind of shit. I just went for it. But eventually it turned sour. Especially my sexual drive. That was just all out of whack. Because part of what motivated me to keep moving forward and making my music and stuff like that was the fact that I was starting to I had felt worthless. So part of what comes with that is feeling that you can't nobody's attracted to you. So that's a big thing. So because alcohol is like the horny drug apparently, specifically wine, but I hadn't done wine at first. But like either way, it's like, so I started to just be like, well, if I feel so worthless, why don't I change that? Right? Why don't I make my motivation
Continue on Ohio 2 East for 1 mile.
getting pussy or something like that? Get me a harem, right? And I was getting some at the time, so I didn't feel completely worthless. Like my mind still wanted to justify the worthlessness, but like at the same time I was getting some. So it's like, my brain was torn, right? And I was trying to get shit done where I could, but there was a lot of overthinking still, even with alcohol. It's like it helped a lot, but there were still moments every now and then where I was like, fuck, or it wasn't even overthinking. It was just like I didn't realize I was overworking myself because I was trying to balance so many things, trying to do it all, I guess. About to be arriving at work soon. Yes, trying to do it all, and then I was like focused on this particular thing like that. Is and the reason that motivated me so much is because me and her stopped fucking around, because like we were friends with benefits. We weren't actually in relationships, but she found someone that actually wanted a relationship. So the end of that is really where my self-esteem started really going in a bad direction, especially with the alcohol. And there was a weird thing with another girl actually that adds to it. On top of all that, actually, technically every girl ever that I've ever almost had a relationship with or had one or whatever, some sort of.
In a 1/4 mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto South Reynolds Road.
I just played a lot into that, and then I started, feeling bad about myself. And I'm like, just use that as motivation instead of, and it's not even like I felt completely worthless at first. There was still part of me that was like thinking about.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto South Reynolds Road.
There's still part of me that's like, I can do it, but that's the thing, is like I didn't want to do it because I knew that there were a lot of times I was with this girl that it was distracting me from my goals. So I decided it's like, well, hold off on it. Use that as a reward for yourself. But instead of working the way it should have, it just made me feel worse because I started to convince myself, since I'd started to go so long without it, that I wasn't worthy of it, right? I wasn't worthy of another person, even in just a casual sexual way. So that was horrible, and that spiraled even worse, and that became a huge issue. And then eventually, because of alcohol, my self-esteem and shit like that, my penis wouldn't even work properly. And then I would there's this one girl I was trying to get with. It's like, all right, this is my chance. But then I realized, like, I was so overwhelmed with anxiety from so many things. It's like at the center at the time, at least, was the sexual thing. And me and it just didn't work out with her because I was just so anxious. I didn't even know if I could trust her, I guess, or not. I was so confused because my mind was like pulling me in all different directions of what's what I'm worth, and who's worthy, who's not. Like I don't know. all this kind of shit. And then I just kind of I realized,
in a 1/4 mile, turn right onto South Avenue.
Because I'm so overwhelmed with all this shit, was to really look at myself and really get deep and just be alone for a bit. Despite being alone for so long, I really needed to not just be alone and fill my life with distractions, including even my goals could technically be distractions.
Turn right onto South Avenue.
That would help me achieve those the most, is instead of just going for them without really any concern for my own well-being, is to first take a step back and really don't just tell yourself you're working on it. Really work on yourself. So there's a lot of other shit I would like to cover when it comes to that whole story. There's a lot of shit just in general I want to talk about. thank God this recording. I thought I accidentally didn't press the button because I switched it back to GPS. Anyway, yeah, that's all I have to say for now. Yeah, I'll have those pictures up. I want to take like professional photos of my Batman costume. It's like, but that distracts me too, because like I want to do all this cool shit, but like I want to be a musician, and despite me not posting anything in a while, it's actually right there on the edge. It's there was things that got in the way. I want to be on the edge. It's like we're almost there, not almost to making it, but like to actually getting the full, all the music out there to really get things going. And realize it's taken so long, despite it taking 2 seconds to write it, for a reason. It's taken a while, and I really realized why.
In a quarter mile, you will arrive at your destination.
And questioning it. You know, just, yeah. Have a little faith in yourself. And the way things are supposed to be, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I'm about to be arriving at work. Talk later.